Hello everyone. Before I had an unsuccessful video, but this is how... Gosh, Charlie. This is how you grow an acorn tree. The first thing you want to do is find an acorn, which of course I have right here. Alright, now that you have your acorn, you want to put it into a cup of water. I'm sure that there are other tests that you could do for the acorn, but this test I find to be extremely reliable. Last time I figured, well, maybe it's not as reliable as we think, but trust me guys, it is. I planted like 20 acorns, and then I had like 20 seedlings, okay? It's an extremely reliable test. Always do the float test. Now, what you want to do is you kind of just want to drop it in there, and if it floats, I'm sure it still has potential to grow, but in my opinion, well, everyone else is saying that it means that it's a good acorn. Now you see how those are just not floating? That's good, because that means they're solid, they're matured, they're just full. If they float, that means that they're either premature off the tree or something like that, but it'll all work. Now let's take our acorns. I'm not going to take those, of course, because I have 2 little ones already out. Now, the next step to doing this is you want to take a cup, okay? And you want to get some soil, which I have. I'm using all-purpose soil, which is what I used last time. So, I'm not sure what brand it is. I think it's I don't know if it's a Miracle Grow or something else. Alright. Now we have a good amount of soil in the cup, You don't have to use a cup. I'm just using a cup because they're readily available, they're cheap, we have a lot of them inside of the house, and that's really the best reasons I could come up with. Now what you want to do is you want to take your acorn and stick it in here. Now, it is currently November 15th on Friday, and I figured I would just take the time since I was neglecting this. Now you want to take this, and you don't have to push it down that far, so you can see that's a little far. You could just lay it on top of the surface if you want, because that's what I did with some of them, but I feel like they'll get a better hold if you push them down like that, because the roots will be deeper inside of the soil I know when this sprouts. Then you just want to take some water, just do something like that. Then you'll see it bubble, because I'm not using a vented pot. Like I said, I'm using a simple cup. But now that was a little too deep, actually. Yeah, don't go that deep. Yeah, that was a little too deep. So let's try that again. I like to do that just so it gets a little bit of a hold. As you can see, this is what I did with the rest of them. And now, I'm not being funny about what I'm about to say, is that you put them away and you forget about the things. As you can see, I overfilled it. Man, this is so unprofessional. And then you just simply forget about them until spring, because that's the natural process, or when warm weather comes around. Now, I will make an update video in a few months from now, just telling you how these plants are doing. Man, I put way too much water in here. My God. And, oh man, it's soupy. And, you know, you just forget about them until spring, and that's what you do. Now, I currently, at the moment, do not know how to edit, but my dog does. So he's going to help me edit my next video. I'm joking. I do not know how to edit. He does not know how to edit. No one knows how to edit. Man, I am bad at editing my videos. And I'll just show you another one that I did inside the garage right over here. I put these like that. I put 4 of them in a vented pot. And what I mean by vented is that they could pour water all over the floor if you overfeed them, which is very nice. And one trick I want to share with you is before I put potting soil into those vented pots, is I take a paper towel, which one's already here, and I put it in. Now, as you can see, one's already in, to cover all of these small holes that are at the bottom. And what that does is it basically filters out the soil. So only water could go through. It's a pretty reliable filter. And I know that these are throwaway pots. You're not going to keep these forever, or have the same plant in the pot forever. But if you're going to use a vented pot for this, which I did for some, and this is just an experiment to see if they'll work, you know, then, you know, it'll probably work. So I hope that you guys have learned something, and I hope that if you are watching this video for, you know, just educational purposes, I hope that you learned something. And if you are growing acorns, I hope that you have a good luck in the warm weather. So, nice talking to you guys. I will talk to you later.